Hello, Startup San Diego. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it to the last Vappy Hour of the year, but I will be there in spirit, and I'm so proud of what the culture team has already done. As the end of the year draws near, I wanted to share my perspective and quickly mention some of the key accomplishments of the organization. 5 years ago, a small group of entrepreneurs and community leaders got together with the idea we could build a more collaborative, welcoming community in San Diego. At that point, we set out a mission to support individuals building startups in San Diego and to represent the interests of entrepreneurs, celebrate their successes, and foster a more cohesive, collaborative community. Since then, we've grown leaps and bounds. 2017 has been an amazing year for the organization. It started when we kicked off with a successful Convergence and then March Mingle. And led by a fearless trio of Rayanne, Scott, and Harrison, we hosted the most epic San Diego Startup Week with over 4,000 attendees and 250 different events. We have forged new partnerships with organizations around town, thanks to volunteers like Andy White. We have raised more sponsorship dollars than ever before, thanks to Neil Bloom. And because of Jeremy and Stephanie, our financial house is now in order. We've established new policies, for example, a code of conduct and diversity, thanks to Fabrice Gould and team. And we set out a process for elections and terms of the board and leaders, led by Tim Ryan. Last year, we established Startup San Diego as a 501c3, but this year was the first time we were actually able to really leverage that new structure. Finally, we created a totally new organizational structure and recruited a new set of strong leaders that will confidently take us into the new year. With all the recent talk in media and studies about exponential growth of the startup scene here in San Diego, I think we played a decent part in that transformation, but we are far from satisfied. There's so much more to grow. On behalf of the entire board, we couldn't be more excited about our prospects in 2018. I wanted to briefly share some of the progress we've made and what we hope to accomplish. The board was initially established in 2016 to address the needs of a rapidly growing organization without much organization. We had a ton of legal requirements to fulfill and policies to put in place. We are finally over the hump on those foundational elements. For practical reasons, most of the board was comprised of major contributors to the organization, but that will not always be the case, and we hope to have better representation from successful founders. We recently elected Sarah Cox to be our interim executive director and plan to hold a public search for a more full-time executive director in Q1 of 2018. Frankly, the organization has grown too large to scale without a person fully devoted to fulfilling our mission. As we continue to grow and learn, expect increased transparency from the board. This will include open town halls, subcommittees between the board and some of the members of the organization, and published policies and notes. But ultimately, what matters most is the doers, our leaders and volunteers that actually get things done. To all our volunteers who share our collective vision of building a better startup ecosystem, thank you. You are the foundation and lifeblood of this organization. Thank you for your passion and selfless hard work to build a better startup community in San Diego.